Selamat welcome. Today we're trying out other people's list, and today we're trying out Yuki Lee Benders. She just posted her public deck list for Aurora in the Discord, so I'm gonna give it a try. Let's see how good her list is, and if you're interested and you want to take a look, the deck list, I'll be posting it down below. And if you want the complete package with sideboard guides, matchup, and guide on how to play the deck, I'll post the link down there also, so you can support her creating more content that is paid, so you can get an edge for your Aurora matches in the upcoming ProQuest season. So, without further ado, let's head on to the gameplay. Hello. Today, we're trying out the Yuki Lee Bender list, and we're versing Dash IE. And not just any Dash IE, this is the Control Dash. We know this because we're versing Gian, a local who's top 8 nationals of Indonesia multiple years in a row, and he's famed for his mechnologist plays, especially his slab or control dash. So in this matchup, we want to be the one doing the pressuring, but we don't want to give them time to set up, so we're going to choose first. And against defensive decks like this, we want to board in our combo. If you don't know what type of dash you're versing against, you might sideboard completely differently, especially if you're assuming it's aggro dash. You might want to be on the phase plus dyadic instead, but I have no idea. This is just my take, because this is not my deck list. This is just how I would sideboard in this matchup, but if you want the full guide, you can purchase it using the link down below to support Yuki Lee Bender, and you'll get the full guide there. Hopefully there's a matchup slot for Dash IE. Okay, their combo, we bring in Wisps, and we take out. I like keeping Burn Up, but not all three, and not a huge fan of Electrifies. So yeah, that's probably how I'm gonna side. Really interesting to see a list that's back on like 12 blues. It's because my newest list is already on a very low amount of blues. I'm currently on 8. I'll be posting the updated deck list very soon, probably the weekend of the first week of ProQuest. So going first, we're just setting up. We don't really want to do anything that helps the dash filter. We don't want to attack them to give them a better hand. We just want to create an embodiment by playing Sizzle. This is one of the reasons I love Sizzle compared to Fry, because when you just Sizzle, you're not giving the opponent a chance to filter their hand. You can just Sizzle, then pitch to Aurora. If I had a blue there, I would pitch to Grasp as well. And we're arsenaling the CLV. This hand is great. We have instants that work with Gun and Flash. Yeah, and not attacking is good for that reason as well. Let's see here. Yeah, we're gonna pass here. Okay. This might seem weird, but I will play out the CLV immediately, putting it face up, because I want to burn up. And if they don't AB here, we're going to miss the window where we can draw off of CLV. And if they do AB here, we're taking out a card from their hand just to prevent 1 point of damage. And we still have 3 attacks to play with. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to play Gone. This has to go again from the embodiment. We're going to play Sigil of Solace during the resolution step, bouncing this back to hand. Now with Giaf back in hand, we'll have a lightning card to fuse with our Entwined Lightning. Sadly, with go again, you still want to bounce on resolution. If this did not have go again and the instant was a blink, you could bounce it immediately before the sink below resolves to deny them the ability to filter their hand. But since the card has go again, we want to wait until resolution so we get the benefit of the go again. Because if you bounce it during resolution, the game will remember that, oh, the card, even though it's no longer there, it had go again before it left, and it will reward you with the action point going into link step. Okay, so we're going to do Entwine Lightning, and then we can attack an additional time with Gone and Flash, or just pitch to Starfall if we want to keep the CLV around. They have multiple sinks, and this Gone and Flash isn't connecting anyhow. They can easily give the 2 cards or give 1 card plus the base arms, so it's much better for us just to pitch into our weapon that's going to take a card anyhow, or balance, but we get to keep the CLV around. Okay, we didn't draw and we didn't trigger our burn up, so not the best, but good enough. Okay, they might have a disruptive attack like Erase Face. Do we care about Erase Face? Arcanic kinda cares. In the grand scheme of things, not really. Because we don't have embodiment, we need to play out the blink and we're not gonna pitch it. Yeah, but it's very early and we're already down tons of life due to the Final Fighting Spirit and Erase Face. And they've taken literally 0 damage. If they have another D-React, I swear to God. Okay. I hate Slapdash, but oh yeah, we could have played the blink there, like I said in the previous turn, to deny them the opt. Like if it was in real life, like I would play the blink there and it would deny them the ability to bottom a card. I mean, the Erase Face isn't textless. It's still denying us the ability to Starfall with go again. So it is kind of annoying, huh? Probably should have blocked with like Arcanic. And we can't fuse because we have Erase Face. So what I'm gonna do is just play out the Gone in a Flash. And hopefully without go again, they'll let this hit. The best thing for us is if we draw into a lightning card. I mean, sure. Doesn't really make a difference. But yeah, we're gonna Arsenal one of the 2 and our CLV will die. We're gonna Arsenal the Giaf, because it's a lightning card. Yuki's deck has a lot more 3 blocks than my list, I feel. Yeah, just chock full of 3 blocks. We're never like blocking the 2 because they're always gonna pair it up with something else. It's a CNC, so we can block it out like so. This is a combo piece, but let's think here. We can play like Arc. Nah. Let's just send the Static Shock. Yeah, we're IPing ourselves here. Okay, worth it because we drew the Wisp. So if we don't get disrupted, we will be able to pop off. That's a big ask, but oh well. Because basically the entire Slapdash list is annoying 2 for 6s. Hopefully it's a weakest link because we actually don't have an instant here. Called it. Bam. Why do I know it's a weakest link? Because they've played like the other disruptions. And I was thinking like, what's a disruptive 2 for 6 that they haven't played? it's the weakest link, and we don't care. Sometimes, like, the disruptions need to line up with a hand that cares about it. This hand doesn't care about the weakest link. We have no instance. So we're going to cash in our Iron Weave value anyway, because we're going to pop it. So just take the 1 point of value there. Okay. We need the go again. Even though it's 1 less damage, we need to Flicker Wisp first. And they know our hand, so fusing doesn't really matter here which card you show, but if I were to do it with them not having info, I would show them the Arc Lightning, because we're gonna play that like immediately anyway, and the other cards you're keeping it in your hand. And I'll actually play the Arcanic Shockwave because we might draw an instant off of our Aether Iron Weave, and this technically does more damage. It does 2 ping for attack and then another 2 ping during a Flicker Wisp turn. Okay, so yeah, this is our combo turn. We're trying to get them below, what, like 25 hopefully? So yeah, we're gonna pop our Iron Weave. This will deal 2, they can prevent 1. We'll pop our gold, dealing 2. Okay. This kind of sucks because the hand doesn't have go again. But we're gonna Starfall for 2 and 2, create Embodiment for 4 and 2, and then 4 maybe. I mean, we don't need to create the embodiment if we plan on arsenaling the Lightning Surge. So we can just like grasp, get our Flicker Wisp value here. And we're creating a rune chant, so it's 1 extra damage. So we're gonna arsenal the Lightning Surge. With 1 card, there's no way they can disrupt our arsenal. And this will come for 1 rune chant and 4 physical. So it's technically 1 more point compared to us creating an embodiment and then attacking with it. I mean, that line opens us up to hitting them with the Lightning Surge right now while their shields are down. But I feel like having a starter for the next turn while we have full tempo is a lot more important. And we have 3 copies of the combo. Like I said, we can draw additional copies of that. Let's think here. I mean, we're always taking that, but I'm just thinking, what will we do with our turn? Will we save our Arc Lightning for another combo, or just use it here and now? I feel like using it here and now is actually smart while they have no arsenal, because there's no way there's a D-React in the arsenal to stop this turn. And we have a go again card here, and Arc Lightning can give a go again to like E-Strike and draw. So, and without it, our turn would be like kind of anorexic. I mean, we could like search for 4, E-Strike, go again, bottoming one of these 2, and then attacking for 4. So 4, 5, 4, and then Arsenal Arc Lightning. Not bad. 4, 5, 4 is 8 plus 5, 13. Yeah, 4 card, 13. The other line is we Arc Lightning for 1, E-Strike for 5 and 1, drawing a card. This is 4 and 1, and then we can still 4 and arsenal a card. That's what? So it's like 4, 5, 4 with additional damage. So yeah, tell them that we took a while to think. Hey, Gigi, come over here. This is my cat. She's a calico, or a 3-colored cat. She's a female. She's a cutesy little baby. She's my wife's favorite cat. We always choose draw a card. With E-Strike, that's why the card is good. Because we get the go again off of Arc Lightning. And we get to ping an additional point of damage here. Because we got an instant to give this go again. If only we bottom the flittering charge instead. But it's... oh no. Yeah, probably should have bottomed the flittering charge, because if we draw an instant, the key off would be of higher value. Oh well. I mean, we're still getting 4 points of our sigil, which is decent. And they have only tunic left for their armor. So our breakpoints are great. Seems like they want to keep cards for a disruptive attack. So we're just gonna full send. Oh yeah, they have amnesia also. So amnesia doesn't really screw us over, unlike Zen, who relied on combos. We don't really care about card names. And the thing that we do only cares about, like, types. Like instant. So yeah, 1, 2, 3. These 3 really hurt us. Meanwhile, amnesia doesn't really. We haven't seen a bunch of blues. You've only seen like, what, 2 in 6 turns, and we're running 12 blues, so we're due for like a double blue hand fairly soon. Yeah, if we kept the Arc Lightning, we would have had another combo turn here, but c'est la vie. We could always save the Flickerist for the third Arc Lightning, because these games sometimes they go long, you know? Especially against control decks that like to block, have D-reacts, can heal. But thankfully against Dash, whose main condition is usually like setting up the pistol so they outvalue you by pitching 1 or 2 blues. We don't care right now. Not really, because we're not planning on playing our Flicker Wisp. If you do plan on comboing, Erase Face will stop your combo, because you cannot lightning fuse with your Flicker Wisp. Keep that in mind, but if you're not planning to use it, getting hit with that is fine. Yeah, we're just gonna do this and then snatch. We could like Starfall and Starfall by pitching the press instead, but we haven't seen a blue. Getting this to hit is fine. If we draw blue, we can create an embodiment. And this is for a ton of damage. Okay, they're blocking it for 8, but we're pressing them for 2. Let's think whether we want to play Burn Up right now. I mean, sure. It either deals 1 damage or takes a card, and if they want to disrupt us, they need at least 2. This hand is decent. Yep, they're doing their dash thing, which is loading up the chamber, shooting with pistol, giving it go again, loading both back up, and then sending a disruptive attack. We have Somersault here, which is not only a great offensive tool for rebuying your 0 for 4s, it can also block up to 6. In this hand, it can block 5. Okay. If they're using buff power. Okay. Let's see how much damage we can do with this hand. We can entwine, somersault it, entwine, fusing it with press, arcanic, fuse it with press, and then press it. That's how much? 4/4, 4, 4, 5, 3, 16, 18 if we include the Wisp. No, 19, because the Wisp will also buff the Arcanic ping. Yeah. Let's block with Grasp. Yeah, I'm cashing in Grasp because when you go down to 6 life, a single blue usually represents them shooting gun and then setting a 2 for 6, so that's 8. So I want to cash in my front side of Grasp first, because if I don't cash it in right now, I'd go down to 6 and I'd have 3 block total, which puts me down to 1, which I don't know, it just feels finicky. I feel better if I can like stay at a higher life that I know they can deal with a two cards. I mean, we're stripping their whole hand this turn, but you know, yeah, with they can serve if they give everything including Tunic, they can survive at like 1 or 2 plus 1 for each D-React that they play. So now they can survive at 3 after all the block. Oh yeah, I should have played the Wisp first. Oh well, this is also fine. Okay, now we play the Wisp. And now they have to think like, am I gonna deal more arcane to them? Yeah, and they used a card to pitch while we're actually only dealing another point via the shockwave. We don't have arc lightning. That's why you should have like played it in the beginning to get them and get them thinking that, oh, you're gonna do a arc lightning turn, I should pitch a card, when in reality that card could have blocked for 3. Instead it's only preventing 2 because they only have AB1 and it can only prevent 1 from the Wisp and 1 from the shockwave. So we win out on that exchange. And we've used it with this. And they have to give Tunic. Oh no, they don't, because the card blocks 3 if we press 7 minus. Oh, it's a 2 block. Yeah, they die. They died exactly because they pitched a card. Oh yeah, they can give Tunic. And if they do give Tunic, the neat thing is we can just save the press. So they need to overblock even our very first attack. It's like having Pummel. It's like at a low life total, you play around it, they save it. You don't play around it, you get got. So we're in a very good position unless we like completely brick on our next turn. I mean, there's also merit to just playing the Lightning Press, because if we draw Burn Up, we can just kill him, but we can't because we already used both Burn Ups because I sided out 1. My god, this hand sucks. Sure. Okay. Play CLV. Play Arc Lightning. Probably gonna pitch a card. Then we're gonna Starfall. Yeah, this is that brick hand. I like just playing the card out. Okay. Hopefully whatever they send is not impactful. Oh, we can block 6 thanks to Somersault. Sure, we'll block with Greaves. Yeah, Aurora's hand is different from your typical Runeblade hands, which is like all non-attacks or all attacks. She has the all instants / non-attacks hand. Okay, we can do... What can we do here? Bop, bop, bop for bop. Bop, bottom, bop. Draw a card. Somersault it back. Weapon. E-strike again, press. Can we do that? Yeah, let's try. Bop for... doesn't matter which one we pitch. Choose draw a card here. If they block too little, we can press. And we're going to pitch a blink so we have extra resource for our weapon. And we're going to press here, because if they D-react, the D-react's only covering 3, not 4, so it's worth it to do here. And we're going to somersault, giving us the extra action point. So we have 2 AP, so we can choose draw card, and if we draw into a 0 for 4, we can do that. Oh, and it gave us the thingamabob. Yeah, CLV trigger. I completely forgot I had CLV on board. Yeah, we draw 2, so they get to pop their headpiece. Since we have 2 AP, we'll just do E-strike, bottom this, and draw a card again. Oh, we can somersault it again, and bottoming this sizzle. They get to gain a life due to fighting spirit, but that's fine. With only 1 card in hand, and we still get to attack with the weapon. And then E-strike for 7, there's no way they're surviving this. So yeah, Boots. Boots is nutso. You can do like Giga Chad big brain plays with E-strike and instants to like just keep using the best mode over and over again. But for finishing purposes, we're going to choose the buff power. And that should be GG. So overall, the list felt pretty smooth. There's not many actual differences other than the Sigil of Solace, which we also saw in the top 8 battle hardened Sam Dando, if I'm not mistaken. But being back on 12 blues means we get to create an embodiment a lot more often, and having the density of 3 blocks just makes our EMS very good. We're not very susceptible to those like 2 for 6, and we're like butt naked with only 4 block in hand, like 2 blocks and 2 instants. The Current Funnel and Heaven's Claw help insulate our 3 block count. If you can see on the stats tab, the number of 3 blocks is a whopping 21, so it's on the 21-21-18, which was in line with one of my earlier lists as well. But it's interesting to be back on this type of list. But the Sigil of Solace is very new. It's weird to running a card that says gain life. It feels like I'm running the wrong direction, but you extract full value from it every single time. No matter if you use Flitter, no matter if you use Gunner Flash, you're extracting full value from your instant, compared to pairing Gunner Flash with something like Lightning Press or CLV. You have to make concessions. Like the instant, it's basically a blank text box, or it's only a +3 and the GF is a blank text box, because you can only choose to +3 it and don't return it to hand to actually deal damage, or you play it just to bounce GF back. Meanwhile, with Sigil of Solace, you get the best of both worlds. You always gain the 3 life, netting you precious life. Like in that matchup, I went down all the way to like what, 5, and I played 2 Sigil of Solaces there. And if I played another instant that didn't gain me the life, I wouldn't have the life to actually push through with a massive hand in the end. I would have needed to give a card just to survive. So this inclusion has been pretty interesting. I'm probably going to test it on my own as well. And for the sideboard, and since we're on the higher blue counts, I see Yuki's running the Command and Conquer. It's just such a premium disruption card. You can probably run it in the mirror as well. Like, borrowing analogies from the fighting game community, a rushdown deck, which is comparable to an aggro deck in TCG, is you're trying to like hit your opponents, and in fighting games they have this thing called mix-ups, and rushdown is very good at that because after hitting once you don't know if they're going to hit high or low, and you can do this if you have CNC in your deck. Like if you attack and then you pitch a blue swing with weapon, you have 2 floating resources, you have the mix-up of creating an embodiment and arsenaling a card, or using that 2 resource to send that CNC, which is a very interesting thing that can like catch your opponent off guard. And when you do catch them off guard, that's when you extend your lead. Like if you win the mix-up, the 50-50 mix-up, like you extend your lead, you extend your combo because you're getting your opponent off guard. And the sideboard is another interesting inclusion as well. Here is Poison the Well. With the rise of the Count Your Blessings deck, I've been not a huge fan of running tech cards for them until I ran into an Enigma Count Your Blessings deck, because that deck is scary. Because Enigma, I feel like is already like a 50-50 matchup, and the Count Your Blessings Enigma is a 50-50 matchup with a timer. If you're not able to put them below a life threshold where they need to keep donating their hand every turn before they hit Count Your Blessings number 5, then you're gonna get outvalued because their 2 cards are gonna heal like 8, and your bricky hands, or your hands where you need to pitch into Starfall instead of being able to attack the 4 into the 4, where you're forced into 4 into 2 into something else, they outvalue you. They gain more life than you can deal with their D-reacts, their heals, and their normal blocks, with wards as well. So having a 1-of tech that is a blue, which is great because you can use it for resources, and in Aurora, the tag instant is actually really relevant. You can just like pair this with a flitter or a Giaf if you really need to push and you like don't want to keep it in your arsenal, but you just you need that 1 instant to like bounce it or give it go again to push through your CLV or your burn ups. This can act as that as well. And in the super late game, if you have this in your arsenal or in hand, and they try to gain life with their Count Your Blessings, for example, for like 7 or 8, you're not only denying them that 7 life gain, you're actually dealing them 7. So it's a 14-point swing with 1 card that actually took them 2 cards to do. So it's actually a really good inclusion. I feel like this is the best tech card that you can run in Aurora if you're fearful of Count Your Blessings deck. But other than Enigma Count Your Blessings, I'm not really afraid of the other ones, except for Aurora Nime, because I haven't played that one. But against Florian, Dash, Katsu, what else? Teklo Vossen, I haven't had much trouble with Aurora. And yeah, normal equipment suite, she's still on Dyadic. I'm still on this equipment also. I just love the 3 block that it provides, helps you pivot in aggro matchups, and versus wizards you can run it as well, especially with higher blue counts. It's easier for you to pay into that AB2. And Spellfree Tiara, respect for the Kano and Acilio matchups. So yeah, pretty solid, pretty clean, nice And that's been the game for today. It's been me, Mas Mine, and with Yuki Lee Bender's list. Deck list is down in the description below. Try it out for yourself, see how it goes, and maybe if you see the sideboard guides and if you get inspired with one of the few cards in here that are quite the oddballs that you want to integrate with your list for the upcoming PQ season, please do so and comment down below what you think about the match today. I've been Mas Mine, and sabay goodbye.